Okay, let's try this again now. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Whoever tuned in, you know this is meant for you, whether you're in divine energy or not. This is episode 2, the High Priestess, level 2 of the Major Arcana of the Tarot, also of the Ephod, or Armor of God, or the Oracle to God that Moses and his mans in them wore. So the Major Arcana has been in play for a very long time, thousands of years. Uh, as you can see, the tablet that's being showcased here is the ancient Sumerian tablet that gives more to the Major Arcana level 8, which is the Empress in Strength mode. Now, Empress is male or female. It's just depending on who is in that Empress manifestation energy. And High Priestess. We're actually going to stick to the High Priestess, but I'm channeling, so I'm being told Empress, and I think I understand why. If we talk about Empress, we're talking about Emperor, and we're talking about Empress, Goddess, Emperor, God. So that is what's happening right now in evolution. You have the Trojan ones, the SWAT of the chosen ones, who everybody might be behind enemy lines either 24/7 or a portion of your day or a portion of your week or whatever. But the Trojan ones, we be in the thick of things, okay? And the collective reads, we're all so interconnected as SWAT would be, you know, if you're in tactical warfare or battle, which we are in, you're all interconnected, one hand on one shoulder, one hand on one shoulder. So when you see these collective reads, that's why they are collective reads. One, because Father God has taken the throne and is here, along with his bride. So call him Wrath and call her Doom, Van Doom. But Father and Mother God are here. You know, the Father God we've known for so long has relinquished the throne as per promise and kept his word. Now he's folded in and amongst us, by the way. So you never know who you're bumping into, who you're talking to, but you better be careful these days with the book of Revelations and the new Ark of the Covenant is popping right now. We're going to get into all of that. That's why you see all of this here. For the High Priestess level, you already recognize that the table is laid out before you in the Magician level. And you have all these tools, you have everything you're going to need that corresponds to every level of the Major Arcana, or the levels that you will deal with in life, whether it's level 13 or level 16 or level 7. Each level has tools, has weaponry, and knowledge, wisdom, whatever you can handle, of course. Wisdom wise, it's whatever you can handle, because you don't want to binge and receive way too much information that you're not ready for, that you haven't been initiated by life's cycles kneading you like dough and getting you prepared to take on a responsible role as, you know what, I'm a leader, I'm a protector, I'm a servant, I'm an emperor God, I'm an empress goddess. We haven't had this energy, this level of evolution on this planet. Every time we get close to it, we have a cataclysm, which happens every 3,600 years. Now, mind you, I've recorded plenty of videos to post, and then they got warped. Okay, so starting from scratch, here we go. So, episode 2, the High Priestess, had to stay quiet, had to stay real, mum's the word, and gather. This, what you see here, is only a portion of it. We have so much that has been discovered, so much more to discover on this channel. You'll find that out in real time. You're probably like, how did Papa Legba get involved in this? Well, when we go through the ancient relics and things like that, you'll see the one place, the one situation, the one relic that will break down how the science behind Papa Legba and I being pretty much infused these days. But I'm pretty sure now he was sent to me to do something to me. But it come to find out, we go way back, even off world. I have all the receipts for that. Please tune into the channel. You're going to love it. All these books, they will be published. For now, they're in oracle mode. And we'll really get to interpreting or decoding these ancient tablets, because this is the strength card. Best believe that. This is the obsessive karmic, male or female. And this is you, chosen ones, Trojan. I will say there's plenty of chosen to do so many amazing things, because we have eternity. So you got to keep things going, keep things evolving. But then you have those who are causing havoc and putting that process in jeopardy. And that's why we have Judgment Day. Judgment Day will last 3,600 years, Earth years. It started 2012, Judgment Day. We're 12 years into a 3,600 year long cycle. And this will be the first time Earth has ever felt one of these cycles with the number 5 as the vibration over the entire cycle, the 3,600 Earth years. Before that, each cycle dating prior to that, and I will give you the dates. That's why I'm saying stick with this channel, because oh my God, what we got going on here, okay? So every 3,600 years, we've had a 4 vibration, whether it's been a 31-4, very primitive, or it's been a 22-4. We've had only less than a handful, like you can count less than one hand, how many 22-4 cycles we've had, and 22 or any double number is a master number. So this was a time of technical advances and, energetic advances, evolution and abuse and corruption and cataclysm. Thus, we go right into a 31-4, Stone Age and Ice Age and all kinds of, post-Noah floods. Yeah, when the corruption is so great, when it's so putrid, when it's time to reboot the matrix system. And Earth is quintessential to the matrix system. It's point. It's the go-to for a lot of different things, including if the matrix needed to fold, if existence needed to cease to exist and never exist again, it's going to go through Earth. Earth would turn into a black hole. So unlike any cataclysm we've ever seen. Hence why all this information, all this data is available. They carved this tablet out first on a 360, here we go, cylinder. They carved it out and then rolled it out onto clay and made tablets. And so for the longest time, we've only had the strength card depicted. But here's this lion, the protection, the lion who is guarding and under the authority of a divine being, okay, with a crown, with wings. I mean, this is supernatural here, right? And then you see this lackluster, focused, obsessed on her. She's got her eye on the prize. Very high vibrational, very transformative. This one is a lowlife. This guy, this girl, this dude, this chick, whatever you want to call it. And the protection is like on top of this, this being. Now, for a time, they were allowed to tap in and have thus created an abomination out of themselves. I will go more into this rendering of this arc. But now she is important. Now he is important. They have become demon. Some of them are very famous now. We left off in episode 1 with Sean Combs. Well, that's our guy. But let's call him by his forever name. It's important to have your forever name. What is it? If you don't know, find out. Mine is Omega. Diddy's forever name is Moloch. So this is the name I'm going to use going forward. Now, Moloch is in the Metropolitan Detention Center right now. Oh, well. But it was part and parcel. It is part of divine order. Nothing's in vain. We're only seeing the physical, or what will be going forward is only physical court of law requirements in this trial. But the spiritual trial has thus begun. Oh, you better believe that. Oh, the spiritual court is the highest court, so whatever's going on there is how it will be reverberating here. Right? You know, because you play too much and you become demon with all the sexual rituals, hence the legs wide open. Your leg is open when it needs to be, and, you know, within, you know, all due respect. But he is a very disrespectful being that tapped into our energy for a long time, and this was the illest hustle. Now they are doomed, Van doomed, and the wrath of God swallows them up all day, every day. We have a new evolution here, everybody. Now this is book 1. In this book, it's not published yet. It will eventually be. This is my key tablet. It's way longer than this. But like I said, this is prototype. This is not the official. This is tablet Genesis, or ground zero. And in this tablet, you have all the building blocks for life. You have the matrix grid with the T cells and stem cells. You have the medulla oblongata. People thought we were alien. You have the, what do you call it? The pineal gland. We're just going to zip through this, y'all, real quick. The neurons. You can always pause it. The melanin site. Isn't that something? The medulla oblongata. We'll go more into this. But the medulla oblongata, that's key. Because it's tending the matrix. It's how we all interconnect into the matrix. But it has way more than just the, there's more, guys. There's more. There's lots of noise, random, weird noises today. We're just going to get through it because that's just the way it goes. It's spiritual warfare is what it is. Now, this is something else. So you have the melanin site, you have T cells, you have stem cells, you have all these things. But the atom is most key, right? They depicted the atom by way of an atomic blast pattern of weaponry we use today. Then you see this nuclear submarine. You peep those 3 blast patterns. That 3 is important. The crucifixion, the pyramids of Giza, very important. The crucifixion, the pyramids of Giza, the belt of Orion, quintessential. So all the Freemasons and Eastern Stars out there that's on the right side of things, you know what I'm talking about. You know where we about to go when we talking about that Orion's belt. Okay, we're talking about the Orion's belt. We're talking about nuclear submarines. I'm telling you guys, we're talking about the age of Aquarius-Capricorn. These are the things. This is episode 2, the High Priestess. I've been quiet long enough. Time to talk. Time to chat. Because things done got ugly, didn't it? It got real ugly. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. Now, these 2 artifacts are very important when it's dealing with the Ark of the Covenant and when it's dealing with the Omega war system of the Ark of the Covenant. And that's where Papa Legba and I got together. When that war system got to popping, hello there. I'm like, hello. And this thus begins a reunion between Papa and I. We'll get more into what it was like to know him off-world before he was Papa Legba as we know him. But he has many different manifestations. Now this is him and my daughter's porridge, her cornmeal porridge. That's when I really, the very beginnings of meeting him. This is outside the home that I had to leave during COVID. This is him when we moved into, my family and I moved into the Anubis headquarters. Look how annoyed he was. Right. This is him in the ancient tablet. I rendered him out of the ancient tablet. I will definitely go over how I get these renderings, but this is an introduction as to when a high priestess is in high priestess mode. This is what they come out with. Okay, they're not quiet and subdued for no reason. In here, more information, everybody. I have my technical packets here. And my technical packets, you know what, let me do this. You see this here? Let's go on my website, you guys. Real quick, we're gonna go on the website so I can show you even better what's inside that binder, and there's so much more than just that. One of the key things that I want you to understand about why you're here on this channel, what it is and what it do, and that is we're dealing with point of origin. That tablet that I just showed you with the atomic blast pattern, with the melanocyte, the plasma, the neurons, the medulla oblongata, the T cells, the stem cells. There's more to the tablet. You have the Orion's belt part of that. You know, it's that tablet is key to what we call points of origin. And the points of origin is where you are originally from before coming into the human experience. So Big Bang, boom. Are you coming out from Antares in the human experience? Are you coming from Mars from the human to have the human experience? Are you coming in from Spica, from Aldebaran for Arcturus, Orion's belt? Are you from Sirius B, Sirius C? Are you from, you know, so there's a lot that we're covering here. We're covering Book of Revelations on this channel. As High Priestess, this is what I'm bringing to the table. The Book of Revelations, your point of origins. We're going to show you, demonstrate, I'm about to show you a quick sneak peek, preview of points of origin if you're from Aldebaran versus from Mars, versus from Sirius, versus from the Pleiades or from Lyra. It's very clear when you see all these human beings. You look careful enough. It doesn't even take much to see. Oh my God, this person is, regardless of if they're white or black or Asian or Spanish, irregardless the earthly race. If you look close, put those 10 people in one room, they're gonna freak out. They're gonna bug out because they're all from Aldebaran, irregardless of their earthly race, their origins. And in the point of origins, irregardless of your earthly race, if you are from Aldebaran and you're white, and you're from Aldebaran and you're black, you're gonna have so much in common. It's gonna blow you away. And if we didn't look at you, we turned away and heard both of y'all talk, it would be the same sounding voice. So each point of origin has its own distinct properties when you're a human being, when you're having the human experience, very distinct in body formation, facial features, what it is to spiritually, mentally, and emotionally offer the planet or the human experience. It's like a potluck, right? So it goes beyond if you are coming in as black or white or Lemurian descendant, irregardless of what the race or ethnic group that you are in here, whatever culture you're here from. Before you had the human experience, you were coming in from Lyra, or coming in from, Venus, coming in from Neptune. Yeah, it's real, y'all. And my website, you can get a nice, portion of that. But let's go on the website real quick. And it will be under Tanya the Brooklyn Medium. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up. Unplug this. You get to see here. Feel free to click on the team. You can meet the spirit team. Papa Legba, Corpus Christ, the goddess Pele. This is my grandmother, y'all. Isn't that something? You can find out what Pac is up to. You want to find out what Pac is up to? Because it's serious. Or serious. But we'll go under our work. So if you click on our work, you'll see DNA signature group point 1, page 1, page 2, page 3, and so on and so forth. Let's just go here, right? So whether you're from Cassiopeia or Circeanus, Corvus, whether you're from Earth, legit, like actually from Earth, indigenous from Earth, from Corvus, right? From Great Central Sun. If you're a guardian angel, this is guardian angel 1, there's different forms of angels. You should see his choreography. It's incredible. Moves like an angel. Let me give y'all. Oh, these particular angels. This is how I found out about points of origin. Took me right off world. It felt like it was a dream, but it wasn't. Because when I was sent back. I'll give that story. I had already recorded it, but all my recordings are warped. So we're going to start from scratch. But these guardian angels deal with planets when it's a time to be cleaned or cleansed. This is from the Hydra constellation. All right? Now stick with me. There's more. I can always pause it. So Lyrans, irregardless. When you put them all together, if you put like Lyrans and then go into Mars, two different. Lyrans look like Lyrans. Martians look like Martians. Neptune. Oh, the Nordic Agarthian giants when they're in the human form. That's my grandmama. She don't play about me, okay? She don't play. Who grandmama play about them? Huh? Oh, from Orion. From Bellatrix. Orion has multiple, but this is from the star Bellatrix within Orion's. Very distinct. Isn't that something? When you go, you can see the attributes, what's here to offer, the planet, It's one thing to find out about yourself, but now what? What do we do with this? Well, we're now in a 5 vibration age of Aquarius - Capricorn. It's not even one age. There's my Aldebaranians. Ooh, powerful. Y'all can screenshot or go on the website. It's very distinct. Andromeda, this is Andromeda. Or y'all can say Andromeda, but this is Andromeda, right? This is Andromeda 1. There's like 16 different points of origin from there. But this is 1. And not everybody is humanoid off-world. This race is, but extremely powerful and extremely dangerous if they are fucked with. And I'm so glad they weren't outside. Aldebaranians, you see that? You see the facial structure? It's only for this signature. You won't find, like, Lyra looks different. Mars looks different. Their contributions, so when you get on the website, you can really check through. But I want to get on. Okay, so again, Tanya the Brooklyn Medium, and definitely check out the Spirit team. Love me some Brooklyn, y'all. Welcome to my channel. There's so much to be done. How many minutes we're gonna get in a read? Let's do a read, y'all. I don't know why I'm putting this computer away, because it goes back to Diddy. Excuse me. Moloch. I wasn't even ready, to tell you the truth, to get in that ass when it comes to Moloch. And then you're gonna ask me, how the hell is it Moloch? Let me tell you something. On this channel, we're gonna deal with paradox. We're gonna deal with physics. We're gonna deal with collective reads that deal with the Book of Revelations, what we're going through right now, the Trojan ones, the SWAT of the chosen ones. All of this data, all these ancient relics, there's more tablets to decode that are breaking down and giving and providing and supporting this, journey. The spiritual warfare, yes, but the journey, because we're all going to live for all eternity. Or excuse me, we're going to exist for all of eternity. But how are we going to do it? Okay, how are we going to do it? Kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. Oh yeah, the 4-4 is important. We'll deal with the 4-4, the 44-8 energy. When we get to the 17th level, we'll really go in deep about the 17th level, the star, the major arcana, very important. But we're dealing with the 8 energy here. We're dealing with the 2 vibration of High Priestess. But High Priestess using all their strength and might, because they have been tapped into, and they were supposed to be tapped into. This is not, I'm not going to be belly aching, we were tapped into. And no, you were supposed to tap right into us. This was the illest fucking hustle ever on Earth. It's the long game, thousands of years long, by the way. Thousands of years long. We are now in Empress -Goddess or Emperor-God energy. It's an energy, y'all. It's all about energies. This is where we're at. We couldn't have it until the physics changed, until it went from just having one zodiac energy per age to having a duality. Aquarius-Capricorn. I will provide you the tablet. I did already in the previous recordings, but whatever. I will provide a presentation about the age of Aquarius-Capricorn in the tablet, and hold on to your horses with that one, because let me tell you something. That tablet, it really brings up the Phoenix resurrection energy, but it also depicts the matrix, how it works. It also will depict the cleansing with the spiritual warfare and the winning the hustle. It's showing that there's a great deal of Phoenix, very fiery, dark, fiery Phoenix energy. Okay? That is pushing people out in droves through the gate of hell, or the gate of Harad. The gate of Harad. Okay? Going into the VIP of hell. But there's a VIP of the heavens, Zion. Book of Revelations talks about it. But it's one thing to have something nice like that going on, everybody chilling, dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, 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 right? Doing the Martin Lawrence dance and shit, and then find out that some things is about to get going on earth if we don't fix it. If it don't get fixed, there will be no more existence. There will be no more Zion. There will be no nothing. So you got the VIP of the heavens, but you have to have now a balance always. You have to have a duality. So now you have the VIP of the hell. So Dante's Inferno is only a hat, like a crown. Okay? It's only the crown now. But this is the blueprint of the new hell. She's sitting, there's a throne in the background. That throne is important. That's where Moloch comes in. This, by the way, is Lilith. So again, you have all these paradoxes. How is it that Moloch has been worshipped for thousands of years, but you're telling us that he's in the M.D.C, that he's that asshole that loves assholes, that puts assholes on payroll and have them do some real nefarious shit? Okay? Because that's the front of the moon that we're talking about now in the court of law that's here on earth. But in the spiritual court, Moloch is quintessential. He is going to support the new hell, the new VIP of hell. He put the work in, daddy. He put the work in, daddy. He put the work in. You put the work in, Moloch. Because the dark side of the moon that is never shown is where all this information comes into play. Because all those rituals that was done by you and by your counterpart, she's on her way down there too. The new body is already there. The new body for Moloch is already procured. No longer will he'll be a savage. No. He'll be literally a throne. A toilet seat, that's how you get truth. And she'll be sitting on it. That's all of this tapping into us. Tapping into the Trojan ones. Y'all didn't really know the whole story. Y'all didn't have access to the more to the story. Y'all didn't. Because if y'all did, I wouldn't be here talking about a damn thing. And all of this would have stayed dormant and locked away. All this knowledge, all this information that belongs to the people that are tuning into this channel. That worked hard for it, that went through some shit. The longest hustle, the longest hustle, but it's a hustle. And so they tapped into our energy, into our birthright. And now they are an abomination, a means to the ends. They're going to plug in the rip in the matrix. They're going to plug it in. They're going to take the tab that they've ran through many incarnations over and over again, reincarnating here on world, off world. Everything is to be answered for now, and that's for every one of us. No one's exempt. But what judgments are we receiving? Some of us are receiving incredible judgments, heaven on earth and heaven when we are done with earth. And some of us are receiving one hell of a tab, because we all have, ain't nobody perfect. But some of us will have our slates clean. And some of us, our slates will be all jacked up, and at the Ma'at scale, you have been shown to be ratchet. Your heart is like a pile of shit, and it's time to go. And into the VIP of hell, you will go. And that's what's already happening. There's already a plenty. I hear my grandmother, a plenty is down there already, anchoring the whole new body for Lilith. Okay? And for every last one of us Trojan ones, we have, we're like one side of a coin. On the other side of the coin, they're all counterparts of Lilith. Now, Lilith and I, we are two sides of one coin. But that doesn't take away the vicious power that is seeping away from your nemesis, the other side of each and every Trojan one's coin. Because she's on her way to hell, right? So she's very ill. She's a ticking time bomb as far as like one day she don't have to just wake up. And that was from all the death spell work, the cemetery spell work and stuff. Now the bitch needs that butter can, the cookie can, with all the different pills. Remember grandmama used to have the Dutch cookie can. Okay, and you got your water pills, your sugar pills, you got your pressure pills, and yeah, I've been playing myself all my life pills. I'm a hating ass motherfucker pills, and I done fucked around and found all the way the fuck out in this Jubilee pills. And that's what's going on here with this one. So on the table in the collective reads in Tarot land, you've already seen prison is on the table, hospital, hospice, but it's all ending up in that grave. Okay, it's all ending up in that grave. Okay, it's looking mighty grave for these folks. And if you want to understand how does Moloch exist now, like the paradox of Moloch. Well, since we're talking paradoxes and the way, Age of Aquarius, Capricorn, spiritual burp here, that's a fifth dimensional situation where we're a fifth dimensional plane having a human experience. We're the fifth dimensional plane on this planet, and we're in motion. It's very different. You could feel it in the air. It's just surreal sometimes, right? It's just, this etheric feeling. And if you're not feeling the be afraid of life and be scared spell work that's being sent, that's what's being sent right now, the anxiety spell work that doesn't allow you to be in the present. Because right now in the present, you have a long list of pros. The cons are part of the balance of life. You have to exist. You cannot exist in sheer perfection. So there's got to be imperfections. And people got to be careful about gossiping about that, because the Hall of Records is wide open. And if we can decode ancient relics and decode Book of Revelations and find out what's in the dark side of the moon, right? Then we can find out about your personal business. And it's a two-way street, how your personal business can go public too. So why don't you just zip it and get your Dutch cookie can and go sit the fuck down, right? You hear me? Yeah. I have every right to be firm, okay? I'm not trying to micromanage nobody. Age of Aquarius, Capricorn, that's micromanaging will get you off of this matrix so fast. But my thing is, if you're trying to tap into my energy or any energy that's connected to me, and that's the 144,000 in the Ark of the Covenant, the new Ark of the Covenant, which is interdimensional, intergalactic. We will cover all of that, the blueprints, all of it. When we're dealing with the Ark of the Covenant, the prime directive in which we follow firmly is an eye for an eye. Your beef is mine. So as long as you're coming for any of the 144,000, So the same way the 144 Trojan ones, the SWAT of all the Chosens, and our bloodline, we have spouses, we have offspring that's in their North Node. So coming for our children is why you're screwed, why you in and out of ICU. You understand me? And then you got the archangels, Elohim. Okay, so when you want to know about how Moloch is Moloch, well, I have a whole file on Moloch, so we're going to go the same way you seeing this, or the same way you got all of these. There's so much to offer you. And when those rituals, when Moloch was doing those rituals and those freak-offs, the dark side of the moon that's never shown, that was for all of the victims that were being harmed spiritually, stalked and harassed for a very long period of time, like sport, like the Hunger Games and the Truman Show. All of these things that are in the collective reads, absolutely, I definitely can co-sign that. Why? Because that's the reality that we're in. Truman Show, really. So as I record this, how many satellite cameras is watching me? When I go to eliminate in the restroom, do I have privacy? No, I do not. But hey, it's what it is, right? For those who've tuned in, you've grown, you understand what I'm talking about, the CCTVs and carrying ons and the listening devices and stuff like that. and why it's allowed to continue. Because we get results when when the wickedness exists, we get results. That fall from the disrespect to Baba, who has now given the throne to Yeshua, who is now Father God. Okay? When they first harassed Baba and he casted them out, the fall never stopped. It's about to stop now, though, because they're going into the VIP of hell. That was the whole point. This is the longest hustle. So right now, at this, if we look at time in a linear straight line, and we cut it into 3 acts of recorded history, right? You have Act 1, recorded, and just before recorded history, this, stick with me, we have 10,388 BC, and we have 2012, catapulting us now into 2025, right? But bottom line is, there was a time of Alpha. We're in the time of Omega. There's a Pythagoras theorem, a triangle. We got 10,088 BC. And then we have Yeshua's crucifixion. And then we have now, Judgment Day. So we have, let's just say we have Atlantis, Lemuria, then we have the crucifixion, and then we have now Judgment Day. This is the Pythagoras. In the time of Lemuria and Atlantis, we only had the levels of empress. But there was a lot of kings and queens that did not appreciate that. How dare you be a natural-born empress, natural-born emperor? And a huge war broke out. We'll get more into it. So that's when the long game began. Well, I think it began techions before that, but what sets it off in the linear timeline. So you have Act 1 in the paradigm, in the linear timeline. You have Act 1, which is like the introduction. This is the time of Alpha. And there's usually a plot point in this act that catapults you into Act 2, which is the bulk. It's the longest act. Then there's the climax that will catapult you into the final act. And the final act is the resolution. So right now we're in that plot point, actually the climax of Act 2, catapulting us into resolution. And that climax is no joke. It's very intense. Since we're talking about sexual rituals, left, right, and center, that has been huge. That ritual nonsense, including Baphomet, Moloch. Satanic Baphomet and Moloch. And then you have the graveyard spells and all the heart attack spell work and all that crazy shit. We're going to go into more about that. But it took all of this to culminate into this plot point, or this climactic point, this bloodbath, where the 72 keys, the main demons, Belial and Lilith, the queen emperor of hell, the new hell, this homegirl right here, the other side of the coin with me. And people thought it was funny to pit her up against me. They thought it was funny. I was just trying to mind my business, okay? Take care of my family and go on about my day. But it doesn't work out like that, does it, Trojan ones? It wasn't written in the cards for us to just be on some regular schmegular shit. But would we trade it now that we are out of cryostasis and a force to be reckoned with? No, we wouldn't trade it for the world. Now would we? Right? So now you have Moloch. This Sean John ad. Familiar, right? Very important, very troubling. We did some renderings out of this. You see that? It's like a police. But I want you to look at this portion here, right? Very, very key. let's go back. I will go into all of this. We're going to go at every episode. I will explain this. But this is the way that people are exiting, and it's horrible. This was in one of the recent storms. Perhaps it was Helene. Yeah, Hurricane Helene. Wasn't she brutal? But this is a form of damnation in the VIP of hell, where your mouth is, nothing but fire, brimstone, blood fire. This right here, these images, we will go on. It doesn't stop here. This is the introduction. This is the climactic. This is what happens when you play with way too much spell work with the right people. This is what we were working on. This is why every last Trojan or chosen one has been kneaded like dough. Very painful initiation process, going down wormholes, rabbit holes, really horrible things happening to us and the ones we love. But it awoken the hell out of us, didn't it do it? Okay? So now we have brought this. It's a one hell of a price to pay. This is the other side of the coin. This is Lilith. This is literally her. This is a still shot I took from Noah's Ark movie. And when I rendered it out, I found her. Found you. You see that? This is just an intro, everybody. This is a picture from outside of one of the places I had to hunker down in with my family during COVID. Took a picture and found her. But when you reverse it, when you turn it upside down, it's actually Moloch. They're very intertwined. Let's see if I can get a picture of when it's reversed. You can see Moloch in the M.D.C, which is very important because you'll see his headdress very much into rituals. But we know this now, man. I'm not telling y'all something y'all don't already know, right? Do you see this? This is a blanket. This is the cataclysm of Noah's flood. Look at her face. With this grid on top. One of those grids that show if somebody's at 0 or if they zoomed all the way on 100. She stay on 100. But that's Lilith, the queen emperor of hell, isn't it? This is, the tropical storm Helene. And look at that. What I rendered out of it. That same mouth. But hold on tight, y'all. Let me show y'all this. Interesting. Hold on. Because now that my family and I have left the Anubis headquarters, that's important because that's in this. So Anubis headquarters, we were just staying in. We just left. We're in a very peaceful place on our next assignment. But we had to be at the Anubis headquarters in order for this to even take. That means I had to have been harassed a lot where I was. There had to been a lot of spell work and a lot of plots and plans to physically harm my family and myself. But clearly I'm super fucking protected. Hold on. I gotta show y'all. So, back to this Sean John. This is another rendering. I'm gonna figure it out in a minute. We'll figure it out together. Okay? But here, it's giving law enforcement. Okay? Obviously. Because how did he get away with so much shit? Now, this law enforcement on both sides of the veil. I'm very protected by both. And I'm very appreciative. Okay? It's the Ark of the Covenant. I got gangsters. I got all type of protection. As if that wasn't been made clear. But okay, so hold that thought, right? This one more. This is just a free stock image. I don't know who just do this. Okay. Oh, and then Hurricane Milton, or Tropical Storm Milton, came around. You can see a better almost as if you're flying over this massive face. So the punishment is you get your head severed off, because this is from all the sacrifice, all the trying to sacrifice us. This is what happens because you tried to sacrifice us repeatedly, and you're supposed to. It's the illest hustle, right? But let me go on down to this. I gotta show y'all, and I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all, because I'm seeing the time. Oh, we gotta talk about Al Capone. Hey, oh, real quick. It's a side note. This is all the videos that I can't upload to YouTube. Ain't that something? They tried to play me. So because of that, look at this. Now this is from a court rendering. There's that mouth again. Or is it a crematorium? This is from Moloch's trial, currently right now. As we speak. It's May 12th, y'all. This is a timeless read, though. You see this? This is in a court rendering of Moloch. There's a lot out of this particular series that I've rendered out from this court rendering. What that mean? I don't know, y'all. I just rendered it out. Papa was just like, render it out. But this is from there's that mouth. There's that mouth, right? I'm gonna put this down. We'll put this computer down and just try to get a read in and see what's going on. Because I'm looking at the time. Okay, we're 51 minutes in. And I'm gonna scoot this out the way. When we can, we will get through all of this, the technical packets. The website doesn't have, all of the renderings, but there's so many stars and dimensions and planets. I'm only just beginning. I would have gone through more, found more, but we're fighting a spiritual war. So all of us is like, well, we would love to do this and would love to do that, but let me shake off the fatigue and the malaise. Let me take some charcoal capsules because I feel that somebody put something in my fucking food. Was it mercury? Was it formaldehyde? We don't know. They found ways to put poison in this and that and the third, and I gotta just stay protective. I gotta stay on top of it because I have offspring. Oh, they tapped into my offspring. When I explain why they're back in ICU, how'd you find out that they're in ICU? Are you a stalker? No, it's just that whenever your enemies play games, whatever happens is brought to you like a boss. You'll find out. You don't have to even do any reads on them. You can just do reads. Minding your own business, minding your neck, and then boom, here comes that bullshit. So this is my Revelations Oracle. Okay. Let's pull a couple of cards here. For this level of High Priestess, right now it's all about there's a time and a place to talk and tell what it is that you got going on. Putting the lid on the pot and cooking. Because when you do, this is only some of it, y'all. It's, just think of like a huge vault, like a national treasure. If you watch that movie National Treasure. Like this is like a national or international treasure. And I'm generous. I mean, obviously I'm generous because look how much they were able to take and receive from me, right? Now look at her. Okay. said I'm going to find an image with Moloch. 1 second. I don't want to lose thought here. Where is an image of just Moloch? I'm sure it's another file. Please bear with me. Hold on 1 second. So it's in, okay. Maybe I can rotate this. Okay, that'll work. So that's Diddy. Excuse me, Moloch. You see this? Priestly headdress. Ain't that something? Diddy and I done crossed paths before. Y'all know that, right? We done crossed paths before. What's up? Moloch, I gotta get used to his forever name. Isn't that something? All that work he did. And now, crossing paths with him in 94, when he handed me the cassette tape on 34th Street, very crucial moment. Moloch, you remember that? ODB was rolling with us. It was a little, a tidy little entourage, okay? We were cutting up, young, like young and fresh, and it's a balmy, nice night, September 94, and you got the picket signs, says Big Mac and stuff, right? I'm like, what's going on here? We was outside of the Hammerstein Ballroom, and then you yourself, you had your Muslim kufi on. I don't know why the fuck you had that on, but you gave me the cassette tape, and my thing was, why was he wasting bread? I mean, there was a burger bun, there was lettuce, tomato, real lettuce, real tomato. I was just like, what's going on here? But with this cassette tape, I said, well, it got my attention. Let me put the cassette tape in, press play. In ancient times, this is what we did. And I was like, oh shit, this is hot. This is history in the making, yo. What's going on? I started paging all my friends, calling up people, paging. I was like, yo, this shit is hot. You gotta hear this. 2 months later, there I am at the Roseland. We're gonna talk about that in the next episode. I'm shaking hands with Tupac. Later on that week, I'm gonna see Tupac at the tunnel. But it's not the Tupac in that current timeline. It was a future Tupac visiting. Pac is having fun, right? Because Prodigy he been told me, he was like, yo, there's so many ways in and out this matrix, in and out this reality, this station. Let's just say Zion, where they all are at, is like WBLS, and where we're at is Hot 97. It's like, I can come over to the station anytime. I'm like, wow, so many different ways. And this is where our enemies should be really afraid now, because they were shaking their ass. They were tooting their ass up at us, mooning us, very disrespectful. Very disrespectful with the moon, spell work, fucking with our housing and our employment, our finances, our birthright, our kids. They messing with our pum pum and messing with our private patenting. They done did all types of shit, and it culminates into them, just ready, just hell sharp, just ready for hell with the legs spread out. You can enjoy that. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna enjoy sexy time down in hell. You're gonna be compelled because it's hell, but it's not even just the hell. It's something else. Mm. Let's see what this card is. Okay. So this is my enemy of the state card. Like these dudes out here, putting listening devices and recording devices that can see you. Like, I can see you. I can see you. Like the movie Deja Vu. And they had the technology, like stuff like that, goings ons. Okay. Now, the Ark of the Covenant, the new Ark of the Covenant, it had to be forged out of special wood. And like the Noah's Ark, it didn't need special wood. It just needed to be sturdy wood that was pitched, put the pitch, the tar and everything, make sure it was very sturdy and can last a cataclysm. But when it comes to spiritual ark, volatile spiritual ark, it has to be special wood. So Moses, I think it was acacia wood, or if I'm pronouncing it properly. But for this wood, the wood that we needed was Hollywood. So you're going to hear a lot of that here, because the Ark of the Covenant is forged out of Hollywood. Do you know how many people who passed over on the other side from entertainment alone is at that ark? But that ark has 4 different quadrants and a central module in the center, like a central department. It's like 5 departments pretty much. And each quadrant is based off the apocalyptic horseman or woman. As you stay with this channel, all of these things will be provided through tablets and sketchings and proof, pretty much. So, have, many different, let's just say I work with nothing but the best. No one but the best. Everything the best of the bestesses. Okay, welcome to the new Hollywood. Interesting. That's the word of the new Ark of the Covenant. A very dangerous Ark of the Covenant. Is a new matrix in and of itself. Is why we have the new physics. Because of this new Ark of the Covenant forged out of Hollywood. But there's many different departments on this Ark of the Covenant. It's a round table. We have very intergalactic beings there. We have different pantheons. Orisha is there. You have the Greek Roman pantheon resurrected. A lot of them were obliterated, but Poseidon's back. Everybody's back. We got Odin and his mans in them. Yes, Asgard is real. And I got proof of all of that. If I can bring you this, break down all kinds of tablets. Listen, y'all. Just stick around and see what's going on. The points of origin, where you from. You see where I'm coming in from. I only works with the bestesses. You understand me? Okay? So I rocks with Papa Legba. Right now he wants to, really press upon the need to understand how deep it goes as far as you being watched, you being tracked, because you are that powerful. It says on the back of this card, these ninjas. These ninjas, right? Okay. It has enemy of the state. It has the devil card. It has the 15. It says main male, mature male. Expect some gifts, unexpected income, sudden wealth, blessings with housing in particular. But for the people who wanted to come against you, you know what I'm saying? And these are the emperor gods, because at the time of Alpha, at the time of ancient Lemuria and Atlantis, it was only emperor and empresses. And those who had territories, kings and queens that were not in that level, they waged war. So we went from the children of the law of one God, or the sons of light, versus the sons of darkness, aka the sons of Belial. And that caused that major cataclysm. It was a 22-4 cycle, and it ended horrifically with bodies of land going into water, not coming back out again. So then we had the crucifixion, and that brought out the first resurrection that cracked out of grave sites, not only at the vicinity of Yeshua's crucifixion, but also all over the planet and off-world as well. So that is the actual true secret society. This is why we're all still alive and still protected. The first resurrection. Now we have the second resurrection. Prodigy was telling me in so many ways to come in and out this motherfucking reality. It's not even funny. Coming through with the illest. Imagine goods being brought in from Zion. This is why we were attacked, because to be 144,000, to be the fifth dimension in motion on this planet is no joke. We are immortals now. Now we are in the time of Emperor God, Empress Goddess. So we went from Emperor, Queen, Emperor, Empress. That caused a cataclysm because of the jealousy of emperors and empresses on the planet, who were here to serve and to maintain the environment. They were so high vibrational that they were transformative to the environment and those around. But the kings and queens and anybody else, priests and stuff like that, they were, they were like, listen, we're jealous. It's better to put this planet down than to have you be emperor and empress, and we can't even be that. Isn't that what's going on now? At the time of Omega. So that was the time of Alpha. Now we're in the time of Omega. And Yeshua and his beautiful wife. Okay? I call her Lisa. But for now, you can call her Van Doom. And Yeshua's Wrath. And they're here. Whooping ass. Okay? So, people who thought that they can, bug your place, put CCTV and do all kinds of foul stuff like that. They're in hospice care. It's explaining. Hospice care, terminal. Evil is in full bloom, yes. And prison time is in the near future. There's a lot of people that was called to harm you. And now, they were called to harm you. Some of them are gone. Some of them have disappeared. A lot of them have jumped ship. It was hard out here for a pimp. And she was the pimp. The Emperor Queen of Hell. It's Emperor Queen or Queen Emperor. Yeah, I did not stutter. Well, maybe I did. I am dyslexic. But Emperor Queen or Queen Emperor of Hell, Lilith, the mother of all demon. And fuck around and be like, well, I worship Lilith and this and the third. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But this is what you're aligning with, perversity. You're not aligned with the most high, most gangster. No, you're not. If you choosing that, you go ahead and do that, because the more the better. You saw that lava mouth? You saw that hot mouth? That crematorium of a mouth? If you want that, stick with her. You got it. Be corrupt. Be abusive of your powers and your authority. Have a horrific heart. Now that the Ma'at scale is weighing everybody out on overtime. She's working overtime. We call her Natalie because she's strictly business. The Ma'at scale. Natalie is working her ass off. You understand me? So, for us, a time of healing for sure. Avatars. That's what the temperance. That 14 vibration, 14-5, we're in the 5 energy now. The Hierophant 5, actually. Age of Aquarius, hyphen Capricorn. That is so Hierophant or heir apparent, where you rule yourself. You are sovereign over yourself. This is why we've been attacked so. For them, there is no healing. For this one, an abomination. Completely out of whack, out of balance, ill, and exiting. They are disintegrating. Their new bodies are already prepared. Kalima Shakti Day. She on it. She on it big time. Pele is on it. Everybody, we all on it. Oh yeah. The wrath of the angry goddess gang, man. What? The Ark of the Covenant is the illest. We'll go over the blueprints. Since I can't upload those videos, then I'm going to come out swinging. We're not going to delay in talking about Moloch. Oh, no. Something tells me he had a lot to do with all the Trojan ones draining us. All because he couldn't balance out these polarities or come to terms with these polarities or be an avatar of his own right. So now there's a high surveillance, and those who are doing the surveillance, right? You're going to hell. I should be so blunt, so bold. You Page of Swords in reverse. Sat your ass down. I see we're going overtime on this. Let me get a card from the 357 Saratoga. It's gone nuclear. Yeah, it's lots of nuclear energy right now. Lots of nuclear energy. Senpaku. So the senpaku is Japanese for 3 whites or 3 spaces empty. So when the eye is ill, like I have a little bit of it now because of the spiritual war I'm is. But sometimes it's really severe where you see the whites completely under the pupil. But this is how the Japanese samurai knew who they could destroy in battle, because they will be out of whack. When you have senpaku, you need more rest, you need healing, you need an antidote. Some of it's so severe that you might be exiting violently and quickly because you might be too aggressive, you're eating aggressive foods, and you're already off. You remember the eyes is the seat of the soul, so you're already askew. You're not using black tourmaline or carnelian to anchor you. Maybe some people have an incurable or a curable disease that's ravishing the body, mental disease or spiritual contamination, like energetic barnacles draining you, or an actual infestation of the demon, where the exorcist and your head is turning and you're wilding out and stuff. I mean, there's a whole spectrum to senpaku, but one thing is for sure is that you're off. Okay, so they would like to bring you. So the warfare is extremely intense right now. It's gotten more intense because it is in a climactic space right now. Very climactic. It's a bloodbath. And people are exiting. Can you imagine the madness? For those who are sevenfold beings, I'm not talking to you. And when I'm saying sevenfold beings, that means immortals, emperor gods, empress goddesses. You're not going to reincarnate anymore, and you know this. Your bloodline might continue, but you'll be able to go in and out of Zion, and you have a seat at the Ark of the Covenant, so you can go in and out this reality. We'll talk more about that. Oh my God, we will talk more about that. I'm so excited. Sevenfold beings, you will go out no more. This is also covered in the book of Revelations. So this is who you are, okay? And they want to really bring some harm to you right now. Hold on tight. This is the illest hustle. You're fine. You're protected by the most illest volatile forces. That Ark of the Covenant has multiple departments within the main apocalyptic departments. Can you imagine the red department alone? That's the Red Horseman. Red Horseman, what does he do? Causes the havoc on this planet that we're currently witnessing. Intensifying the need that is great, because that's the only way that Father and Mother God can come here. The need had to be great. A golden age is coming. It's the return of the golden age, and there's nothing they can do about it. And it's on 100. So that's on 100. These people wilding out is on 100 because how dare we receive or inherit what was stolen from us? We're just getting it back. Inherit the earth, my ass. This was pillaged. And Moloch is going to put that on his tab. Oh, they telling me to end it with that. Moloch and the M.D.C is going to put that on his tab. Because it's one thing for Lilith, his counterpart, who's going to be sitting on his lap, right? It's one thing. She's the multi-dimensional new hell, the VIP of hell, or just the new hell. And Dante's Inferno, we call Daisy's Inferno now, but Dante's Inferno is on top of her head. So imagine how you see how Dante's Inferno is immense. So can you imagine now all of this hell and the throne that will be behind it? And you'll see that in Moloch's file. There's more renderings of, it shows him as a throne or a toilet seat, which you'll be sitting on, shitting on, sitting on. That's his type. Woo! Return of the Golden Age. What's up, Corey Haim? Or Haim. I'm dyslexic, I'll tear your name up. We just call him Corey, right? What's up, Corey? I like where Corey sits at the Ark of the Covenant when I give you guys the blueprint. Why he comes up in this, the Golden Age. But you could see that both Corey Feldman and, Corey Haim, they talked about what Diddy and everybody was up to, right? Diddy is just a beta. There's the alpha. Oh, and we know that. Now, ain't nobody stupid. In the age of Aquarius - Capricorn, we're not in the age of Pisces where you can hide everything under 20,000 leagues of water and under the sea out this shit. The sea has receded. Hello? What's this? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's this? What's that? And what's this? You've been controlling us with your rituals all this time? That's why the case is so big. Listen, let me end it with this. We keep hearing about cases, right? But all these cases are interwoven. It's a massive mega, doji, whatever. It's a huge fucking case. It's bigger than Moloch's case. That's why you haven't heard or seen or anything yet. This is why they're trying to really, why I order. They want to just punch us. They want to tear our asses up. They're going to send these whippersnappers here. To a high priest or high priestess? I don't think so. Just keep your distance, ninjas. Just keep your distance. But you're finding out the hard way that the Ark of the Covenant is absolutely here and is always, as per promise, extremely dangerous. And there's no answer for it on this world or off world. The kingdom of heaven is here. And I'm just this high priestess sitting back, mad quiet, right? So y'all thought. But there's a bitter symphony going on. Bittersweet symphony going on within me. Cook your food, and when it's time, blow the lid off the pot, blow up the spot. High priests and high priestesses, emperor gods, and empress goddesses. It's a whole new physics, age of Aquarius - Capricorn, where we don't lean on God. We're here for God to lean on us. Mother and Father God to lean on us. Different story now, different physics. Age of Aquarius - Capricorn, that's age of heir apparent, the true heirs of thrones that have been commandeered just so that people can have their baguettes and their yachts and their amazing careers. But can you sleep at night? tapping into us and doing us such dirt. Thank you for tuning in on this channel. We'll get more into the cards. I would love to go into the tarot cards, right? Since we're talking about the major arcana. But um, I'm being led by the spirit team. I must be fair. And we're at an hour and 20 minutes in. All right. Check out the website, Tanya the Brooklyn Medium. Please stay tuned to this channel. Okay. And enjoy the content that's about to come in. There's so much more information and there's still more pouring in. And I know we wouldn't trade this for anything, nor should we. This is who we really are. Temperance.